What's good, y'all? So we got to talk about the DNC that is kicking off this week, where they will formally crown the cackler as the new nominee. And this is pretty ironic from the party that's so concerned about democracy, but they're going to choose a new nominee with nary a vote cast. Anyway, they have invited a very special guest to speak at their convention this week, and we're going to break it down. So let's get after it. In case there was any question about the direction of the Democrat Party, I have a clue for you. Although, if you need a clue, then you're probably a leftist. And this video is definitely going to piss you off. And that's good. That's good because the ones this is going to piss off need to hear this the most. But the Democrats have extended an invitation to speak at their convention to none other than Jeffrey Marsh. Now, if you don't know who this is by looking at him, consider yourself blessed. But you need to know who he is.
I want to talk to the kids. Hi, kids. Hi, kids. Hi, kids. Hi, kids. Hi, kids. Hey, kids. Hey, kids.
But he's not a groomer.
Hey, kids. I'm Jeffrey, and I am not a danger to children. I am a danger to parents, though. Hi, love. Here are 3 ways to disrespect your elders.
What kind of a degenerate? Well, obviously we can see what kind of degenerate he is, but who teaches kids to disrespect their elders? I mean,
So if you're dealing with a narcissistic parent or a bullying boss at work, you need to 1, play innocent. There's some sort of secret code or language they're using to try to get you to do what they want. And all you need to do is ask, what do you mean? I don't get it. Could you explain that? Be innocent. Number 2, feel no guilt. Bullies and narcissists use guilt as leverage. And if you refuse to feel guilty, it doesn't matter what you do or what they do or say. And number 3, limit contact. Don't do extra. Don't go above and beyond. Don't show up constantly, consistently, and all the time sacrificing your life for their agenda.
this guy is very obviously mentally ill and as evil and as twisted as you can possibly get. His supporters will tell you that he's not targeting children, but you just saw in that video, he obviously is targeting children. He targets them, he teaches them to how to cut off contact, and then he invites them to interact with him in secret behind the paywall. Look at that. But yet, he claims, and all his supporters claim, that he's not a predator, that he's not endangering children. You don't encourage kids to cut off contact from their families, and you don't try to contact them privately behind a paywall like that unless you have some very evil intent. If there is an innocent explanation for any of that, please let me know, because I clearly don't get it. But this guy has been invited to speak at the Democrat National Convention. You don't get to speak at one of these conventions unless you have a message that they think the base needs to hear, or you have something of substance to contribute. Now, some conservatives were upset with the RNC for inviting Amber Rose to speak. And she's not a typical conservative by any stretch of the imagination. And as far as I know, she has not given her life over to Jesus. But during her speech, she talked about how she had been lied to by the American Pravda about President Trump, and she believed those lies for a long time. But her dad kept telling her that the American Pravda was wrong. She was wrong for believing it. And so she decided finally to do her own research and found out, lo and behold, her dad was right. There isn't a much more conservative message than that. I mean, seriously. And yes, she is an OnlyFans creator. She is an Instagram influencer with a face tattoo. So she isn't your typical Republican or conservative figure. But in the interest of widening the tent, expanding the base, I get why they invite her. I get it. She has upwards of 25 million followers on Instagram. And if she influences a small percentage of those to think for themselves and research for themselves and eventually vote for Donald Trump, I would say that inviting her to the RNC was a success. We'll see how that goes. And maybe if she had listened to her dad sooner, she wouldn't be an OnlyFans creator at this point. I pray that she comes to her senses and gives that up. But while she may not be the ideal or fit the ideal conservative or Republican mode, she's not out here trying to groom children. Say what you want about what she does for a living, how she makes her money. She's not trying to groom kids. But Jeffrey Marsh, his buddy Dylan Mulvaney, and all the other leftist lunatics in drag and gender confused people, they are, without a doubt, the left's ideal. These people will call a guy who was born into poverty, came from nothing, served his country, built a family with his wife and 3 children, built a business, wrote a best-selling book. They call that guy weird. They call the guy who has 4 successful children, several grandchildren, built a multi-billion-dollar empire. They call him weird. But those same people have naked trannies parading around the White House lawn. They announced their campaign with the cast of a gender-confused drag show competition. And they invite gender-confused lunatics who groom children to speak at their conventions. And that's all of that is perfectly normal. Isaiah 5 verses 20 and 21 say, woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. The Democrat Party is an evil party, and they call their evil good. And they truly believe that they are prudent in their own sight, and that those of us who disagree with them are idiots and haters and phobes and all the rest of it. They worship the God of self. They believe that whatever feels good to you, it must be okay. As far as they're concerned, right and wrong only exist in your feelings. As far as they're concerned, there are no objective truths. There are no objective realities. They believe in this is your truth and my truth. They believe in that ridiculousness. But you and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that there is a such thing as right and wrong, that there are objective truths, there are objective realities, and that there are things that are just evil. Jeffrey Marsh, everyone like him who grooms kids, and all of his supporters who celebrate him and condone what he does, and those like him do, are evil. Anyway, folks, that's all I got for this one. I will try to do better on the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share these videos so that we can continue to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ and the message of hope and the blessings of liberty that he has promised us, so that we can preserve it for future generations. And as always, when seconds count, the police are only minutes away, but the Lord is right there with you. So keep your prayers going up and your head on a swivel. God bless.